Hello, I'm Cecille Repute, and today I'll be reviewing the book by Kendra Wilkinson, Sliding into Home. Sliding into Home. Now, this book documents Kendra's growing up in San Diego with a single parent, and how she went a little bit off the rails there, and then somehow got into stripping, because of course that's what you do when you have a boyfriend to support. Stripping, of course, led to the Playboy Mansion. Playboy Mansion led to Hef. Hef led to a reality show. That reality show led to getting married to another man and another reality show. So it's quite an interesting story. I have to say there are possibly some similarities that you may recognize with my own life. I, of course, married a much older man. I think there are a few differences though. Johnny Roth was, although much older, was a genuine romantic. Also, I was not working as a stripper when I met him. I was quite independent with my own living, and I was well and truly swept off my feet. I was not paid a stipend to be with him, unlike Kendra. Now, while I'm on that, let me just explain what is required as a girlfriend, because Kendra dishes all the dirt on what it's like to be Hef's girlfriend. So, first and foremost, there is a curfew of 9 o'clock. Like you're 12. I think when I was 12, I may have even had a curfew of 10 o'clock. Not in Hef's mansion, it's 9 o'clock. No fraternizing with the staff, but they are there day and night to make you whatever you want. What else was there? Yes, that's right. That's right. He did not trust you to go anywhere on your own, so his girlfriends had to travel with a chaperone. And I have to say, I did feel very, well, quite sympathetic to Kendra, because I feel that to a degree she was actually exploited. Surprisingly, the first season of the reality show, she made nothing. Zilch. Zero. And she was 1/3 of it. Hef wasn't in it at all. I have to say though, one of the things was that weekly as a girlfriend, there's the expectation that you participate in the Hugh Hefner weekly orgy. One of the things that I found quite interesting about that was all these young girls jumping in on top of this 80-year-old man, and that was a weekly occurrence. I have to say, Johnny Roth was 73 when we got together, and the oxygen tank was on much more than weekly, let me just put it that way. Those old bones got quite a bit more rattling than that. Oh well, back to Kendra. I think the thing about Kendra is that she does everything in this book that you would not want any of your friends to do. If you heard any of your friends saying, I'm going to take drugs, I'm going to become a stripper, I'm going to go and work at the Playboy Mansion, I'm going to become Hef's girlfriend, you would tell them to run in the other direction. Don't be in one of Hef's orgies. It's not a good idea. But yet somehow she manages to take all these not very good ideas and turn them into a lifestyle for herself, which is really surprising. So, I suppose that what you're really listening for is the bit of sauce that always comes with a Cecille Repute review. So let me go straight to the dirt for you. One by one, each girl hopped on Hef and had sex with him. Each girl rode Hef for about a minute or so, and then hopped off and did her own thing. Some fooled around with the other girls, while others just sort of sat on the side and watched. I studied their every move. Then it was my turn. I'd been taking notes in my head, so I knew about a minute was all I needed to put in. Counting the time in my head, I had sex with Hef for the first time. At about the minute mark, I pulled away, and it was done. It was like a job. Clock in, clock out, or in this case, cock in, cock out. Quite the master of the double entendre there, Kendra. Overall, though, you pretty much get what you expect you're going to get in a book like that. And if you're a bit older and more mature, I'd recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it for a young girl because she's a terrible role model. But nonetheless, it's an enjoyable read and I genuinely do like her. In fact, I have met her. I was at the Playboy Mansion with Johnny Roth the night that she started working for Hef, and I have to say she's a terrible waitress. I waited hours for my jello shots, and I find out in the book that it's because she wasn't actually serving them. She was hanging out with Hef. That's another story. Anyway, I would recommend if you're an older reader and you've seen the girls of the Playboy Mansion before and you haven't been offended by that, to read the book if you're interested. It's not Shakespeare, it's not a challenging read, but it is entertaining, and strangely enough, you do end up barracking for Kendra. So I'd recommend it. 3 stars.